Welcome to Earlville Library District's final week of summer craftback tutorials for 2025. Today, we'll be making a clock. We'll take you step by step through the entire process. Kits are available starting now at the library on a first-come, first-served basis. Or you can follow this list of supplies to create this project on your own. Start with the round piece of wood and check both sides to determine which side you would prefer as the front and face that side up on your work surface. The white cup in your packet is matte Mod Podge. Use the foam brush to spread a layer of Mod Podge all over the front of your clock. Set this aside to dry. Wash your foam brush so we can use it again later. Once dry, you can decorate the background of the clock if desired. You don't have to do this. Feel free to decorate the clock however you like. Just keep in mind that we'll stencil the clock face number marks in black, so don't use black around the edges. Also, leave space in the center for your main stencil design. Once any background paint has dried, lay the purple clock number mark stencil on top of the clock and center it. Use painter's tape to secure the stencil to the project. Use the wide part of a sponge and the black paint to fill in the stencil. Dab the sponge in the paint, wipe most of it off on the side of the cup, and dab even more excess off on a paper towel. Less is more here. Dab into the holes in the stencil straight up and down. Do not wipe. Only press up and down and add small amounts of paint at a time. This will help keep the stencil image crisp. When you have filled in all of the clock marks, carefully remove the stencil. Once that's dry, we're ready to choose a main stencil. We've provided two options. For the star, this stencil comes in two parts. You'll need to use painter's tape to tape down the outer ring and the center star together before using the sponges to paint. I have an example of that finished clock. For this example, I'll use the flower. Center it on your clock as desired, and use painter's tape to secure it to the wood. Use the paint color of your choice and the sponges to press paint onto the stencil. Once again, less is more. Wipe off your sponge after adding paint and dab most of the excess off on a paper towel before stamping the sponge directly up and down all over the stencil. Be careful and go slowly. The paper stencil is delicate. Do not drag the sponge across the stencil. Make sure to stamp up and down. Once your stencil has been filled in, carefully remove all of the painter's tape without disturbing the stencil. And lift it straight off the project in one swift motion. Allow the project time to dry again. Once dry, use the foam brush to paint another layer of Mod Podge over the entire project. Set aside once more to dry. After drying, grab the clock hardware mechanism, kit of supplies, and the clock hands. Attach the silver metal hanging piece to the side of the clock mechanism without the battery slot. Hold the two pieces together and press the post from the mechanism through the hole from the back of the clock. Press gently and screw the mechanism into place. Adjust the mechanism if you need to so that the silver metal hanging bracket is pointing towards the top of the clock from the back. Inside the small clear packet, you'll find two gold pieces. Drop the gold ring down onto the post poking through the middle of the clock. Drop the gold hex nut on top of the gold ring and twist gently to tighten. Remove your clock hands from the packaging. Each kit came with a different set of hands, but they should all apply similarly. Not every packet comes with a second hand. Begin with the hour hand and press gently down onto the post. You'll need to wiggle it down with a little pressure. Be careful not to bend or break the delicate hands. Once secured, it will stay in place. Push the hour hand to the 12 o'clock position. If the hand pops out of place, simply press it back down. Now press the minute hand down the same way and align it in the 12 o'clock position. Your kit either came with a second hand or a separate pin. Either way, using either the second hand or the pin by itself, push the pin into the hole in the post and point it towards the 12 o'clock position. Now, turn the clock over and insert the battery into the slot without disturbing the clock hands. Gently slide the clock hands into position for the correct time. That's it! Our kits came with these extra parts, but I don't know what they're for. I included them in case you find a use for them. Our clock has been keeping good time for months now without them. Thanks for joining us this summer for crafts at Earlville Library District. We hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching.